Alrighty, so we're back on day 13 in January here, 2015, and I'm doing today's journal page, which is a continuation of what I did yesterday. I found these Mayan photographs of like a Mayan temple, and I like that a lot. And I really relate to the Mayan culture, especially the ancient culture. I've been doing some reading recently on the Merkaba and a lot of the, what is it, the sacred flower and what have you. So, yeah, I came across this in the same National Geographic, so it was lucky to find. Cutting these down so that I can place them on the page, and I'm gonna use some of the same paper, my own painted papers that I used yesterday, because I really want this spread to really relate to one another. I like that, so that's what we're gonna do here. Cutting these down here. I have 3 of them that I'm going to stack. I think I'm going to stack one right on top of the other. Along with the various things I'm going to need to get. I told you I have a new camera on the way, and I haven't done videos on a daily basis at all. I mean, I've done them infrequently, but now that I'm doing them daily, I can see that my iMovie application crashed a couple of days ago, and it's been like, trying to get that. And then this particular version doesn't fast forward. Yikes. I mean, how does it not fast forward? So some of this dead time, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. Like, this is my actual process that I'm going through in the studio. But at the same time, I'm trying to cut down so you just don't have a lot of dead time, like, you know. So sorry about that, but I'll have improvements as the year goes along. So I'm actually using the low odor spray glue to spray the back of these images that I cut out the National Geographic. And then I'm going to get ready to start placing these on the page. Here right now. Well, first putting the large sheet. This is what I tore from yesterday's. I decided to put the whole piece down first, and then I'll just collage on top of it. That way I don't have all these little bits and pieces everywhere. I just have a full sheet that surface I can work from. So this is the tissue paper, once again, the well, sometimes they call it tissue paper when they put it in invitations, but it's also called onion skin. It's a stationary grade paper for the most part. But onion skin is like the old typing paper that used to be used, and sometimes you can still find it at the thrift stores and stuff, boxes of onion skin. So it's the same stuff. I like that even better because it has a lot of grain to it. It's nubbly. They call it cockled, but I like that a lot. So here's the first one of these images from a Mayan temple going onto the page. Figure the order here. I'll put this one down next. This photograph has a lot of contrast. Kind of changed the order from the way it was in the book for my purposes. I really like these images. So it's kind of a lucky find. So here we are using the bone folder and the wax paper just to get a real nice smooth adhesion without damaging the surface of the photo. I'm still trying to work this little strip in, but it doesn't seem to work anywhere. I don't really like it. It looks like too planned, and I don't like anything to look planned and organized, like it's forced. And that's just looking forced. It's looking like it's too busy trying to be ancient or something like that. So, but I want some text on it, so I'll figure out what I'm going to use. Here we are, just smoothing that out. Then I just had an idea. I have a Xerox page from a Bible. I enlarged it and I was using it in some other things, and I have it over in my scrap, so I might pull from that, see what I come up with. Just something simple. I want the contrast of the black and white text. This might be from the book of Exodus, which is interesting, you know, thinking about ancient civilizations and Egypt being concurrent with what was happening with the Mayans and building the various pyramids and what have you that both those cultures did. So yeah, I'm gonna just take a narrow sliver. This is I think this is chapter 29 or verse 29 in book of Exodus. I don't know what chapter this is from, but anyway, I kind of like that little sliver. It says a prophecy against Egypt and has a number 29, and it just seems like it works with, not that, you know, I'm really trying to say anything more than just what's coming to mind for me is how closely related all these cultures really were, even though they weren't in communication with each other that we know of. Clearly there was some kind of communication going on, because the various, you know, similar pyramids and all these different parts of the world, a lot of the stories are similar, many of the symbols are the same. So I've just been doing a lot of reading and studying some of these ancient cultures, and so I like the mixture of this whole biblical, you know, Egyptian Exodus thing along with the Mayan temple ruins. Just reminds me of what's kind of on my mind in terms of some of my readings. So this is good for the journal. And actually it's on the 13th day, and 13 has always been a very lucky number for me, interestingly enough. So I like it when 13s come around. So I am adhering this really well. Now I'll go ahead and trim. I'm still trying to fool around with that piece of paper. I don't know what my problem is, but it doesn't work. So we're going to trim this up, and I think I'm going to stop here with day 13. I like the way the two spreads work together, you know, fingerprints on the earth, and it's very closely related to ruins and ancient temples and how through archaeology these things are discovered, the fingerprints that are left behind. So I'm pleased with this. Hope all's going well in your studio and in your challenges and creative time. So take care. Thanks for stopping by.